Hi, my name is Megan Lorson and I am a national educator for John Paul Mitchell Systems, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite color formulas. Super excited about this one. I'm going to be sharing some blonde toners that I like to use. I'm going to be sharing my favorite caramel color formulas, redheads, coppers, plums, rich browns, and my favorite blush pink formula. So these are some of my favorite go-to colors and formulas that I tend to use a lot. So I'm going to be sharing all of them with you. So get a pen, paper, write them down so you can have them and try them out and use them, because some of these are just, like I said, they're my go-tos. Okay, the first category I'm going to start with is my favorite blonde toners. I personally do a lot of blonding services in the salon. I am a blonde, so I guess I just attract them. I love doing blonde. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite blonde toners. Of course, there are millions of others, but these are, like I said, some of my favorite go-tos. I put them in the notes of my phone so I can remember all these formulas I'm about to give you. All right, so these are favorite blonde toners. So my first one is 9V the Demi with a little bit of clear in it. Love using that one. It's so beautiful, especially if someone has a lot of gold in their hair, super golden. The 9V with a little bit of clear just totally neutralizes that and makes it a beautiful, natural blonde. All right, I also love using 9A and 10A the Demi. Just depending on how light their hair is, determines whether I choose to use a 9 or a 10A. But the A series is so beautiful in the Demi. I also like using 9A Crema XG. It's so pretty. This has to be one of my top favorite blonde toners. And I love how the Crema XG applies onto hair. I typically will apply the 9A Crema onto damp hair when I am toning my blondes. And it just applies so nice. It's so creamy, just glides through the hair, and then it provides my client with beautiful, shiny, soft end results, which I love. And then my favorite platinum blonde toner is equal parts of UTA and UTA and UTP in the color, Paul Mitchell the color. It is so pretty, and it is the perfect platinum blonde toner to get that beautiful platinum blonde. Now just keep in mind your end results will be determined by what your canvas is. So especially when you're using UTA, UTP, you want to make sure that that hair is a level 10 or lighter. It has to be super light, but that is one of my favorites. All right, moving on to my favorite red, copper, and plum formulas. Reds are so pretty, especially this time of year in the fall and winter seasons. A lot of people tend to do the warmer colors around the holiday times. So my favorite copper formulas, I'll start out with copper. I love using 7C plus a little bit of 9PN in the Crema XG. And then also I like using 7RO Crema XG. And I love using 6RO plus 6NB together. Now what the NBs do by adding them in there, it just tones it down just a little bit. So if you have a client that doesn't want to be so loud and bright and super coppery, you can tone it down a notch just by adding a little bit of that NB in there. It's gonna add a little bit of extra brown just so it tones it down just a notch. Okay, and then my favorite plum formulas. Plum is such a beautiful color. There's many different names for it, wine, plum. So I like to use 3VR Crema XG for a really dark, rich plum color. And then for a little bit of a more vibrant plum color, I like to use 5VR Crema XG. And then I also like using 5RV and 4RV in the color XG. Those are both really pretty as well. They just are a little bit more the red violet. So instead of having more violet like the Crema XG, the RVs give it a little bit more of a different tone with a little bit more red punch to it. And then for my reds, like straight reds, I love using 5R, the color XG. It's super vibrant, rich, just beautiful red color. And I also like using 5RO. So that just has a little bit of orange in it. So it's that red orange. So it just gives it a little bit of a different color. So just depending on what tone your customer is looking for will determine which one you choose. Okay, next up we have my favorite rich brown formulas. So rich brown is just something everybody wants, that perfect, shiny, rich tone in their browns. So my favorites that I tend to grab a lot are 6BA, the color XG, and I love that because it has a little bit of ash in it. So if someone's looking for a like cooler rich brown tone, I love the BA series, but like 5BA and 6BA are just beautiful for that cooler rich brown. And then I also love using 5N, the demi. It just leaves the hair super shiny, super rich, and it's just a beautiful rich brown color. And then moving on to my caramel formulas. This is a big one, so I do a lot of like balayage, foliage techniques in the salon. So a lot of times my clients have that rich brown tone already and they want to add some like caramel highlights, and I love caramel highlights. And so some of my favorite caramel formulas are 7N, the demi. Now the key to getting that beautiful caramel color is looking at the hair after it has been lightened and looking to see what it looks like. If I put 7N on a super warm reddish orange canvas, if that's how their hair lifted, it's gonna be super, super warm. And I love finding that balance in my caramel formulas, so it's like that perfect, beautiful caramel and not that super like warm caramel that people try to stay away from. So 7N, the demi, is a great caramel formula for someone who's already like a gold, more on the golden side, because it's going to be a beautiful, rich caramel color. Now, if it's more orangey red, I like to grab 7N, the demi, and add a little bit of 6A, the demi, in with that formula. That way that ash just knocks off that warmth edge a little bit, so it cools it down just a notch to give it that perfect caramel color. And then I also like to use 7NB, the demi. So this, again, I like to put on like a lighter blonde, golden blonde canvas, and it gives it that beautiful, perfect, warm caramel color. So those are my favorite caramel formulas. And I love using the demi for toning and like adding in color after I've highlighted a surface because it's quick, it goes on really quick and easy, and I just love the consistency of it and how easy it is to work through the hair. Last but not least, I'm going to give you my favorite blush pink formula, and I actually have a mannequin that I just did recently with this formula, so I'll pull her down and show you in just a second. So my favorite blush pink formula is 1 ounce of UTA, and this is using the color XG. So 1 ounce of UTA with a pea size of red intensifier plus 1 inch of violet intensifier mixed with 10 volume developer. So obviously, just if you're working on someone with thicker hair, use this formula, double it, triple it to make as much as you need, but it's so pretty. Let me grab the mannequin and I will show you what that blush pink formula looks like because it is gorgeous. Okay, here is that beautiful blush pink color I was telling you about. It's so gorgeous. I just love this formula. So this is what it looks like. The UTA with a little bit of red intensifier and a little bit of violet intensifier. So pretty. And then I also just recently did this other mannequin and wanted to show you this one as well. This next one has the copper, one of my copper formulas, and it is the 6RO with 6NB mixed together. So she's multi-dimensional. She has like a base color that is 5N, but then I highlighted her so you can see the copper tones coming through. That is the 6RO and 6NB, and look how pretty this is. Such a pretty color. I love this copper color. So just figured I'd show you this one as well so you can see what that copper color looks like. All right, well that is all my formulas. I hope you guys enjoyed those formulas and I hope you find them helpful and you'll start using them and trying some of them out. If you do try them out, make sure you tag Paul Mitchell Pro and Paul Mitchell on Instagram so we can see your recreations. And also don't forget to subscribe to this channel because there's new educational videos posted all the time and you don't want to miss out on any great education coming your way. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one.